This is the story of Ella McKinnon, an ex-combat nurse turned pharmacist whose hearing was damaged after years of service. During her tenure in the armed service, she pledged a vow to never take a human life, only to heal and support others. Waking up in her apartment after a long shift of paperwork at the pharmacy, not even having the energy to change her clothes before heading to bed. Her groggy mind still in the process of waking up, she turns on the TV to pause TV for a mood boost before starting another long day at work. She hobbles over to the kitchen to grab a can of spaghetti for her lunch and back to her dresser for a book to read during her meal. She leaves her apartment to see the door to her neighbor's room, Charlie, ajar. She heads inside to investigate and sees that everything is quiet, and Charlie is nowhere to be found. Ella's nerves begin to raise ever so slightly as she heads to the mess hall for a bite to eat for breakfast, finding nobody there, not even a kitchen staff member to help her. Finding the whole situation very odd, she wanders the courtyard for a bit before heading back to her room to retrieve her keys. Grabbing her keys and locking her apartment, she heads to the parking lot of the complex to begin her walk to work. As she begins to follow her usual path to work, she sees something odd up ahead, a group of people standing in the bushes, practically decomposing in front of her. Thinking that it's a group of addicts, she figures she would take an alternate route through the bushes in the nearby woods to avoid any confrontation. Walking past an abandoned school, Ella spots yet another shambler. She starts to make her way backwards as the figure begins to shuffle towards her, its skin sickly and pale, and its mouth covered in what looks to be blood. Beginning to panic as she gets closer to the figure. This isn't an addict. This is a walking corpse. Another figure makes its way towards her from the woods. Ella, frightened beyond all belief, runs towards the complex to make her way escape from the rotting bodies. Wandering the complex in a panicked daze, passing near an active TV, she overhears a report from the local news station about an emergency occurring in her town. Connecting the dots, she realizes that she is no longer safe here and needs to make her way out. She makes her way towards the infamous local crack house to see if there's anything useful there to help her get to the pharmacy and pick up her asthma medication before she leaves. finding a crowbar on one of the shelves. She takes this opportunity to arm herself. However, one thought weighing on her shoulders clouds her mind. Whether she'll have the mental strength to kill whatever these things resembling people are is the real test. Attempting to make a way to the pharmacy, she finds the doors locked, testing the back exit before using her newly found crowbar to force her way in. Afterwards, she's faced with one of those things. With no other options, she resorts to what she's seen in the movies. Aim for the head. Taking the time to snack on some jerky and some soda to regain some lost energy, she heads to the back room. Thankfully having the keys to get into the locked door behind the counter, she makes her way to the cabinets and snags any and all meds she can find. If she's going to make it out of this town alive, she needs to have the resources to survive, and so far the easiest to grab, and debatably most valuable, is the medication found in that pharmacy. Her pocket's too full to grab anymore. She leaves to make it back to her only safe space. Resolute on making it home alive, she runs from the horde gathering near the back door, adrenaline coursing through her veins. She almost likes this new world that she's found herself in. come to terms with her newfound situation. As she wanders the courtyard, she begins plans on fortifying her apartment, starting with the windows, as well as making a makeshift bag to help her supply runs be easier on her back. Taking advantage of her neighbor's disappearance, she starts removing her curtains for the cloth to start making her backpack. As Ella gets ready to settle down for the night, she starts thinking about the long road ahead to escape.